What's going on, my fellow Dongs, and welcome to another tier list video. Today, we are going to be making a list on the top 10 worst stages in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This list will be basing off every single stage, of course, of which ones are actually not that fun to play on, and are just outright garbage from the past games. Now, I'm not going to count stages that haven't been in this game, such as cut stages, Poke Floats, Icicle Mountain, Jungle Falls, Rumble Falls, whatever that's called, and so on and so forth. Also, new stages won't count. Basically, DLC stages as this game, and all of them are good anyway, so I won't hurt them. Without further ado, let's go. Number 10, Dreamland on the Game Boy from Super Smash Bros. To the 3DS. This has got to be one of the most forgotten stages ever. Now, I wouldn't say forgotten, honestly, meaning like people play this in Battlefield and Omega. I see a lot of people play them in those, but does anyone actually like the normal version of this game? This is a retro stage, so that's already making it quite difficult. And plus, it's a scrolling stage in some parts. Now, it doesn't scroll constantly like Mushroomy Kingdom and 3D Land, which we'll get into those games, hopefully, and other stages that have basically scrolling like that. And sure, maybe this one is probably not as bad as you think it is, but it's kind of overwhelming to play with, especially 8 players. Now, it does change up the scene a little bit, which makes it a little more interesting, but that doesn't go with the fact of saying this is probably one of my favorite stages. This has got to be one of the most forgotten stages that's probably really bad, but this isn't the worst Kirby stage. Don't worry, we'll get into the worst one. Number 9, Mushroomy Kingdom from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I was always thinking that if they could make a stage based on 1-1 Mario Bros, knowing that they've never done that in Melee, really. And wow, it actually happened. And it looks weird. Now, to me, I thought this looks like an oldie, but I guess Mario Bros. Is an old game, so that goes without saying. And while you can't enter the pipes, I guess, which that would defeat the purpose of the stage, yeah, this one is honestly really bad, in my opinion. Well, this may not be the worst Mario stage ever for fans, but I feel like this one's just more on the dumb side, honestly, in terms of it. This is just a very unplayable stage that scrolls a lot faster than you think. Nobody likes Mushroomy Kingdom. I can respect Mushroom Kingdom and Mushroom Kingdom 2, but God, does anyone actually like Mushroomy Kingdom? I mean, if you're in it for the music, but at least people play this in Battlefield form. Number 8, Mario Bros. Arcade from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This is by far the worst Smash Bros. Stage in terms of the Mario series. While this plays like the classic Mario Bros., my god, is it really me or is it uncomfortable? You bonk your head on the platforms below you, and that's basically unplayable. You can also go through the sides just like in the original game, which they didn't really add in the past games, so that makes it a little more interesting, and well, that's cool and all. You can actually throw these enemies from the game and just kill your opponent. It's a shield break most of the time, and yeah, they're pretty powerful, so you gotta be careful. While the gimmicks are pretty interesting and kind of hectic, I still can't get over this stage. It's just unplayable. They put a random power block and fireballs everywhere. This stage is just a mess overall. Number 7, Zaku Castle from Super Smash Bros. Wii U/3DS. Now, sure, people are probably going to disagree with this list already, because I know a lot of Street Fighter fans think this is a really unique stage, but really no one plays this. What's the reason? A walk-off on the right side. Nobody likes the walk-off stages. And also, weird platforms. Nobody likes that either on the other side. And what are the gimmicks? Nothing. No gimmicks at all. This stage is just so boring to play on, you just don't even want to play it because, well, I hope you had fun purchasing it in the Wii U version, because I'm glad I didn't. This is basically one of the more boring new stages they added in Smash 4. And honestly, I can't really say much about this one being that boring. This is a stage I will never try to play, honestly. Just, I can't see it. I just go away. Number 6, Hannon Bay from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Why? Why, out of all stages, is this one back? Does anyone actually like Hannon Bay? I mean, the only good reason for this is the most looking level in the game. While the way it looks is really cool, this is just so unplayable. You cannot, there's leaves that are platforms, and some of these aren't really even platforms, which makes the stage even more unplayable because, well, there's water, right? Well, good luck dealing with that because you can't even swim in the water. Yup, you can't swim in the water. Why would you put water when you literally cannot swim in there? Now, sure, this does look really nice, but you can't even grab on the leaves on the side, and hitting them makes this even more unplayable because they randomly change sides. Nobody likes Hannon Bay. If somebody likes Hannon Bay right now, I think I'm gonna need to talk to somebody right now. Number 5, Distant Planet from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Now we're getting to the trash stages, well eventually we are, with Distant Planet. Now, I think Pikmin fans are really gonna hate me on this one, but I've never liked this one. This is just too boring to play on, honestly. Even with the hazards on, it rains, which is interesting, makes the platforms a little slippery. There's those little, onions, I think, not onions, pellets, pellets, which basically fall and make you do a little bit more damage. Well, I think they actually took that out. Well, I remember, I don't even play this stage that often. And there's also this bulb orb that on the right side that tries to eat you if you go to the right side. And the chances of going even in his mouth are so low. Who actually even gets eaten by that anymore? Like, come on. Nobody likes this stage. Like, seriously. Ugh. Number 4, Palutena's Temple from Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Now, this is probably one of the most interesting big stages I've ever seen. Now, yes, it is a very unplayable stage. I gotta say, I really like the fact that they added Palutena's guides for every character, while Snake gets only like 4 characters on his stage. Come on, Nintendo. But that's not the reason why I don't like this stage. But anyway, it's another big stage that is extremely big, and you have a lot of areas to go to. I've never played much of the Kid Icarus games before, and while this one is actually pretty interesting, it's basically an unplayable stage for mostly 4 players. Playing 8 player will probably make a little more sense, but I gotta say, this one is definitely one of the more interesting big stages I've ever seen. But we'll get to one of them that's not really fun, honestly. Number 3, New Pork City from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Lucas should have stayed in Brawl until he got to Ultimate and not Smash 4. Okay, I'm kidding. I like Lucas. Now, sure, this is definitely one of the more interesting big stages, but I never liked New Pork City as a stage. Because one gimmick is this too big, the platforms can break, and you also get killed by the purple dragon thing that insta kills you no matter what. And it's by far one of the dumbest gimmicks and probably the laziest one out of all the main gimmicks. And honestly, I never really liked this one, in my opinion. So, yeah, this is basically one of the more boring big stages. But this isn't the worst big stage on the list. Number 2, the Great Cave Offensive from Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. First of all, I love Great Cave Offensives in Kirby, but in Smash, on the other hand, yeah... Welcome to the Great Cave Offensive. Now, the Great Cave Offensive is another iconic area in Kirby, but I can see anybody even literally playing this one because it's such a big stage. You literally need to look to see where you are, and lava instantly kills you if you're around a huge percentage, honestly, like around 100. You could die very easily. Now, there's also barrels, which is cool, and there's also minecarts, which is fun, but nothing else that makes this one even better. There's spikes everywhere. You literally could just play in one spot and even die from the top, I guess. I gotta say, this is definitely probably one of the worst stages Nintendo added Smash 4. You thought this was number 1? Oh, wait till you see number 1, haha. And number 1 is 75M. I mean, people were expecting this to be lower, and people never recognize this one as the worst stage in the entire series, but to me, it probably is, and a lot of people never picked this one. This is just so unplayable. If you don't have tap jump on this stage, basically, because there are ladders everywhere you can accidentally grab, there's fireballs everywhere, there's springs everywhere. Literally, this stage is just so clanky, so, like, is this even for 8 players, honestly? I really wish they would add like 25M or 50M, at least a little bit more playable, but this, why? Nintendo, Jesus Christ, make something, at least 25M would have been a little more playable. Now, sure, this isn't the worst stage in the game, but to me, it probably is, because at least Great Cave Offensive is way more playable than this, honestly, and nobody really likes the retro stages anyway. It wasn't very easy ranking these Smash Bros. Stages, but hey, we'll do a top 10 best Smash Bros. Stages eventually, in my opinion. So stay tuned for that sometime soon. Before the end of the year, probably. We'll see. Later, folks.